The message just repeats. Regret, regret, regret.
Catchy.
Any idea what it means?
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth. And we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet! Hoorah!
Regret is a name, Sergeant. The name of one of the Covenant's religious leaders, a prophet. He's on that carrier, and he's calling for help.
Immediate. Grid Kilo 2-3 is hot. Recommend mission abort.
Roger, Recon.
It's your call, Sarge.
We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
Master Chief, get aboard that carrier. Secure the Prophet of Regret. This is the only place on Earth the Covenant decided to land. That Prophet is going to tell us why.
30 seconds out.
Stand by to...
Whoa.
Hey guys, Ben here for ScreenHogUK playing Halo 2 for the Halo Highlight segment, which we're playing in the build-up for the 4th release in the series. Well, not 4th release, 4th entry into the series. Of course, there are around 6 of them now. Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST and Reach. 5, so Halo 4 will in fact be the 6th release of the series. So yeah, sorry, we're just going through, well, me and Simon have just been going through all the Halo games, but unfortunately he is unable to join me for this because you cannot play Halo 2 online. It was before the technology was there, or at least they hadn't bothered to develop it. So yeah, I'm flying solo for this one, unfortunately, so apologies for the quality of the commentary. I am not all that good at talking to myself while I'm playing and actually making sense. I usually just ramble a bit. But you might be used to that anyway. Oh, bloody hell, there's an elite there. So yeah, Halo 2, released in 2004, 3 years after the release of the first game. Delayed a number of times, had a bit of a troubled production. Well, at least it emerged it had. Not so much that it was ever in danger of being cancelled. I mean, Microsoft could not afford for Halo 2 to be cancelled. Halo was the franchise that was keeping their Xbox going, pretty much. But, Bungie really messed up the development of the campaign. My understanding is that originally they split their workforce into 10 teams, and basically the idea was each team would develop a level for the campaign. Unfortunately, when they came to actually string it all together, it was a jumbled mess, didn't make any sense, didn't have any flow, and they had to chuck a lot of it out and start from scratch, which is actually a lot of the reason why it was delayed, I understand. Basically, they had to throw together a campaign in about 6 months. At least that's what the impression they gave in the documentaries that came with the Legendary Edition of Halo 3. It basically went some way to apologise for the quality of Halo 2's campaign. And, you know, for the most part, I thought the campaign here was a bit disappointing. It wasn't the follow-up that I wanted, and in my mind, it wasn't the follow-up that we were really even promised. We were promised a really hardcore, well, not really hardcore, but a very dark invasion story of the Covenant finally getting to Earth. And really, I'm playing one of the Earth levels here. It opens like that, but the game quickly moves away from that. They also end up having you play as the Arbiter, the elite character, the elite playable character voiced by Keith David, for the majority of this game, at least what feels like the majority of this game. And that was never ever mentioned once. They really did well, in fact, at keeping it under wraps. I don't think you'd be able to get away with it these days. Somebody would leak it. But yeah, they end up basically keeping this big surprise. And, you know, that was a ballsy move in itself, because I didn't like it. Personally, I didn't really like it. I didn't really dig the idea. But, you know, all credit to them, they were ballsy with that move, keeping it under wraps and, you know, thinking it would be a really awesome surprise. And a lot of people did like it. I think it was an initial outcry, but a lot of people did settle down and like it. I never really dug the idea, and I'm really glad with Halo 3 they went back to playing as the Chief. Never really liked the Covenant as friends. I didn't mind having the elites as allies because I thought that was cool, but I never really liked playing as one of the Covenant because, quite frankly, I've been spending the last 2-3 years fighting the Covenant and really developing a dislike for them. I thought they were really good enemies, not so much good allies. So yeah, Halo 2 in itself introduced quite a bit to the series. First of all, it done away with the assault rifle, instead splitting down its functionality into the battle rifle, which you see me using here, and the SMG, which you now see me using here. Oh, there we are. essentially what they felt like in Halo 1 is too many people were using the assault rifle as an all-purpose weapon and neglecting all the other weapons. So what they want to do is split its functionality of kind of like a rapid-fire all-purpose weapon and making a slightly weaker version in the assault rifle, but then giving you a longer-range rifle version in the battle rifle, which, to be honest, becomes your bread and butter weapon here. And I'm kind of glad they did that because I really like the battle rifle. Not the SMG, not so much, personally. God damn, I'm so rusty. So yeah, they introduced a lot of new weapons. They really fleshed out the Covenant weapons. There's a lot more Covenant weapons. There is a lot more equivalents to the human weapons. So this time around you've got the normal plasma pistol, plasma rifle. You now have and you've got, of course, the Needler. Sorry, who could forget the Needler? Ooh. On top of that, you've now got things like the beam rifle, which is the Covenant sniper rifle, which is often employed by the Jackals. Jackals are now, as well as kind of like scouts equipped with awful bloody shields. You've also got, here we go, hunters. Sorry, so you've also got the beam rifles. So the Jackals are also scouts as well as snipers now. Oh bloody hell! Now, for the life of me. See that now. If you watch the Halo 1 video, we show that you can continually, you can just outrun them, but they've got this overhead smash now. Although it appears that if you're quick enough, you can actually get out of the way of the overhead smash as well. And at this point, it's points like this where I really miss the sprint from Reach. They also really changed up the Hunter's cannon. Before it was like a proper rocket launcher, now it's almost like a, I don't know, a weird jet of flame. Oh shit. Just demonstrated there because it nearly fucking hit me. Right, one of them down. They did make the Hunters a little bit more threatening in this game, but they're not quite as terrifying as they are in Reach, because Reach is the only game really to get these very powerful, in my opinion. The rest of the time you're always able to kind of just get out the way of shit. You're not a complete dick like me. There you go. Right. Another feature they added to this game is you can dual wield, and they pulled off dual wielding very well. You can mix and match any one-handed weapon. So as you see here, I've got the SMG and the plasma rifle. You can fire them independently, reload them. Oh no, you can't. Oh shit, man, what am I doing? Hold on. Fuck's sake. Yeah. There we go. Got there in the end. So you can fire them separately. You can reload them independently, although you can't reload the. Oh shit, there you see the beam rifle there. There'll be a Jackal sitting up in the corner there. So I'm just going to whip out the all-purpose, very good battle rifle. And not hit him at all. They also changed up a few other things in Halo 2. Notably, they removed the health bar completely. If you look on the bottom left-hand screen, side of the screen even, you will see there's my radar, and there's a little bar above that, which is the shield bar. No health bar at all. If you lose your shield, basically this game becomes Rainbow Six, and you take a few hits and you die. It's I quite like the system for the most part, I'll be honest. I think one of the major things, one of the major reasons they changed this is because in Halo 1, your health bar, you could often end up in parts where you had so little health that it became ridiculous to get past certain bits, and when you would spawn back in off a checkpoint, you would still have a small amount of health. Basically, you could really get stuck on bits, and the fact that you won't have health now means as long as you're tactically retreating at the right moments, you're never really going to have too much of an issue, because you're always going to get back up to full condition. Now I would like to say that this game on Legendary is horrible. This is probably, I wouldn't say it's the most difficult, I would say it's the most unfair. I mean, on Legendary, them snipers can take you out in one hit before you even know they're there. It's ridiculous. Also, the fact that they took out the ability to use your partner as a kind of respawning point, because on Legendary, if you die, your partner doesn't come back till a checkpoint, or you both die. Meaning, it took a lot of the fun out of Legendary for me, because when this came out, I was what, 15, I think. And God, I didn't play fucking that hardcore, Jesus. I just played for fun with my friends, and it really sucked out a lot of the fun in the campaign. I will also say it might be evident in this level actually, because there's a lot of winding corridors in here, and Halo was generally famed for doing sandboxy type levels. Now there's enemies coming from all over, and yes, there's quite a lot of freedom, but we're going through a lot of winding corridors. There's not a lot of kind of direction you can go to. It's pretty funneled forward. I mean, yeah, fair enough, you can go down that way to get to the same point, but this took a lot of the sandboxy things out. I mean, you probably, if you've watched any of the Halo highlights videos we're doing in the build-up to Halo 4, you've probably realised that me and Simon don't look on this one as great, with such fond memories as the other campaigns. This was a botched campaign, and I think it really does come down to the fact that they had to throw it together in 6 months after fucking up the development process initially. One thing I will say though is that they really nailed some brilliant mechanics. The dual wielding was really good. The battle rifle is the best addition to a franchise ever, which would eventually evolve into the DMR for Reach, which I like even better. Yeah, I absolutely... The stuff they put in here is great. It's unfortunately just the campaign itself, the level design, the story. It ain't all that good, and it's as I say, it's a real shame because there's some very good stuff here. Yeah, oh yeah, come on, that's it. Fuck you, Willie. Oh no, I stuck another one. Nice. Jesus. Yeah. Oh, fucking grunts. One thing that's probably noticeable, maybe not so much from the videos we've done because we played Halo Anniversary, which looks a lot nicer, but the graphics in this game was so much more advanced than the first one. It looks lovely. In fact, it was probably a bit too lovely because the engine really struggles in cutscenes, and there's a lot of pop-in. Other noticeable things is that a lot of vehicles were, well, there was a lot more vehicles in this game than there was in the last one, and there's a lot more features to them. The Ghosts, well, Covenant vehicles as a whole can now do like a kind of turbocharge where they go really fast but are stuck, but the turning's really restrictive. Warthogs now have a brake, a handbrake, which you can use to tighten up your turns, which, oh my god, when we were back and playing Anniversary and, well, the first game, I missed that so much, like, oh shit. Another thing is, Marines in this one can drive, I believe. They will pick up the driver's seat if you get into the gunner seat. They're terrible, and Bungie were never able to really make them any better, even in the sequels. Oh shit. Another thing is that it's not just Covenant vehicles now that will take damage and explode. Human vehicles will die as well. But I think it's pretty much linked to your health, so as long as you're safe, your vehicles are safe. Another thing, which I don't know if I really want to try and demonstrate because I'm bound to fuck it up, is you can hijack. This is the first game to allow you to hijack vehicles, which was it was a decent little throwaway feature in the campaign, but in multiplayer it was amazing. You could just completely turn things around. Vehicles can absolutely dominate a battlefield in multiplayer, and hijacking really lets you turn the tables. Oh shit. Another thing I really like is that they flesh out the Covenant designs a real lot. I mean, look at that one. The dropships have changed. They're now called Phantoms instead of the weird horseshoe-shaped dropships. There's nothing wrong with the horseshoe-shaped ones. They just never really fit in with the kind of very spherical, very curvy Covenant aesthetic. And the Phantoms look a lot more in line with what we see with all our other vehicles. Shit. So I mean, as I said, the sandboxes are a lot more restricted. There are still things like this. This is very sandboxy, but I'm just riding around, letting my gunner do all the work here. I'm just going to get out because I think there's a rocket launcher up here, and the rocket launcher has been changed up in this game as well from the first. Yeah, there we go. Right. So the rocket launcher is very different in the fact that it can lock on. Oh shit. Yeah, except I'm rubbish. So the one thing about the rocket launcher here is you pretty much have to get it to lock on for it to work fully. Whereas I think in the likes of Halo 3 and Reach, you just had to hover your reticle over the enemy and then fire, and you could fire freely as well. So I don't know, it's 6 and 2 3s really. It really is depending on what you prefer. But at least the rocket launcher was more than kind of just a stupid fun power weapon. It was useful now, because in the first game it was very hard to take out ghosts and stuff with the rocket launcher. Oh Jesus Christ, this is what happens when you leave your car parked in Mombasa. Right, okay then. Oh, we're hoofing it unless I can find a ghost. No. Possibly one of the downfalls of destructible vehicles. Shit. So the Covenant finally get their own equivalent of ODST. Shit. Right, okay, I'm going to die here, I think, because I'm really going to try and hijack this ghost. I know this is only normal, but goddamn me, I'm not accurate. And I'm not good because I cannot goddamn get on them. This is the time where I miss sprint again. You could usually sprint after stuff. Yeah, I'm not fucking about. Ah, you fucker. God damn. That's another thing they changed in this game, is that the grenades, you throw them like you're fucking like a 3-year-old. You just throw them so limp-wristedly, it's ridiculous. Red elites, second tier elites, I think. Blues being the bottom tier. Oh, god damn it.
This tunnel links up to the bridge. It's full of rats, if you know what I mean. But it beats swimming.
Yeah, I got a ghost.
I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter. They're surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not you and me. All of us. Humanity on Earth.
So they really buffed the ghosts in this game. Their guns fire so much faster. Oh shit. And see, I told you the Marines weren't very good drivers. One thing that you might notice, I mean I've got the sound turned down for recording, but one thing you might notice is that the Marines are pretty much all voiced by celebrities here. You've got things like, you've got people like Michelle Rodriguez. I'm pretty sure the comedian David Cross, is it David Cross? He does a couple of voices. I've already heard him on the first level when I was playing for a little bit of a warm-up. Oh yeah, nailed it. Did I nail it? Ah, god damn it. But yeah, there was a lot of celebrity voice talent got involved with this game. Is it Julia Benz, who was Dexter's wife in the series Dexter? What the hell was she called? I really can't remember, but she does the voice for Miranda Keys here. You've got, oh fuck. You've got a few different people. I'm really struggling to remember a lot of the guys' names. I can picture them in my head. Like the guy who does the voice for the Prophet of Truth is the captain of the mercenaries in Alien Resurrection. For the life of me, can't remember his name. You've of course got Ron Perlman as Lord Hood. So they Microsoft really went all out to make this game a very expensive, very. You know, they basically pumped the money into it to make sure they got a sequel to their biggest selling game. But you know what? I think this is a perfect example of showing that you can't just throw money at something and hope it's going to turn out as good. Because in my mind, in my opinion, this is certainly the weaker of the two on the original Xbox. Combat Evolved was a better game.
Covenant must be trying to regroup. Don't let them.
This might be a bad strategy. One thing I will say about Halo 2 is it's got some of the best music in it. Little bits of like a very choral songs. Some of it's absolutely beautiful, but they then went ahead and released a soundtrack that was full of fucking Breaking Benjamin tunes and kind of really bubblegum rock music that it just begged the question why the fuck they bothered. I mean, Marty O'Donnell did a brilliant score, and then they started getting loads of these kind of celebrity bands like Breaking Benjamin and shit. I mean, are Breaking Benjamin even going strong still? I have no idea. I've never heard of them since this fucking game's soundtrack. Maybe they're popular in America, I don't know, but yeah, there was a lot they did wrong with this game, and Halo 3 spent a lot of its time trying to repair that shit, I always felt. And at the same time, I'm not saying this is a bad game, it's a really good shooter. In fact, it's years since I've played it, and I'm having a lot of fun playing it now. But you know, at the time it was disappointing. One thing I will say though, multiplayer was amazing. I love multiplayer here. It pretty much invented Xbox Live, modern Xbox Live as we have it today. You wouldn't have Call of Duty how it is. You wouldn't have the modern Halos or anybody else without the way shit, am I stuck? The way fucking Halo 2 did things. It pretty much invented the matchmaking system. Oh god damn it, no bullets. Yeah, so it pretty much invented the matchmaking system. It gives you this console shooter experience like nobody else had online. They really pumped a lot of effort into that. And if there's one thing I can say that you know, we didn't get a good campaign, but we certainly did get multiplayer that built a legacy, and it was superb.
It blew right through us. 50 cal rockets didn't do a thing.
Okay guys, this is the end of the level. I think the second level is like the kind of the modern version of the city. We've gone through the old Mombasa, we're now going through new Mombasa. It's one level, so I'm gonna cut it short. I've been talking about nearly half an hour here by myself, and I'm really starting to wonder if I'm just going in circles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go do the bit of gameplay across the bridge in the tank just for a bit of fun, and then we'll probably call it a day there before going through the next level in its entirety.
But they ain't invincible. Stay with the Master Chief. He'll know what to do.
Yes, sir, Sergeant.
Thanks for the tank. He never gets me anything.
Oh, I know what the lady's like.
Yeah, this is also the first game where Johnson's actually a fully fleshed out character. He was there in Halo 1, but he was just a kind of a Marine that stuck out. He could be killed, and then he would reappear in another late level as if he was just another version of the same guy, but they made him a fully fleshed out character in this. Now the Scorpion tank is the sole reason why I really wonder why the Covenant ever stand a chance against the UNSC. The Scorpion tank is just fucking ridiculous, man. It makes Wraiths look like fucking... Oh god, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, I'm just talking rubbish. But I mean, you know, you can just decimate pretty much any vehicle in a few shots and bam, dead. Ghost not destroyed, but the driver's completely fucking totaled. In fact, the Ghost is destroyed because it's going to blow up there. Of course, it doesn't help if you miss. But I mean, you just churn up everything here. Oh, there we go. Now makes me really wonder how fucking the Scarab got past with this here. Oh, Wraith. I don't mind Wraiths. I think Wraiths are actually the better vehicle to put in multiplayer because they're not just so fucking overpowered. But
Pull yourself together.
they just get wasted by Scorpion tanks. It's not a bad thing either when you've got a Marine backing you up with a rocket launcher on the side there. In fact, I was saying before, I think these Marines are actually voiced by David Cross as the guy on the left and Michelle Rodriguez is doing the voice on the right there.
Dude, watch yourself!
Oh shit. So I don't think you can destroy Phantoms on this one like you can in Halo 3, but I think the idea is to strip it of its guns. Yeah, there you go. Pretty much neuters them and makes them not a threat anymore. Oh shit. Well, I think that was a Banshee, but I think David Cross just got him there. I hope his name is David Cross, you know, I really don't know, fuck's sake. Dropping a Wraith. Not if I can help it. Yeah, oh shit. Bloody hell. That was a fucking tough ghost. Right. Oh, well, that completely went off course. Let's see if I can get one all the way from here. Nope. Yeah. Fuck. Yep, Banshees. Yeah, I mean, for a game that is fucking hell, how old is it? An 8-year-old, 7-year-old now. It still looks pretty decent, especially considering it's a hardware generation behind.
Quite a welcome
I think when all things considered, Halo 3 aged worse. I don't think Halo 3 was all that much of a jump. Jesus Christ, I am a terrible shot. There we go. Yeah, just knock him out the sky. Now I will say that for all the other videos we were playing on Heroic because there was 2 of us, but just for the sake of making sure this has a kind of flow to it and I don't get killed repeatedly, I've just put this on normal. So if you're wondering why I'm taking so many shots and not dying, it's because it's on normal. Yes, I chickened out, but it was for the sake of the video rather than anything else. Bloody hell. Two direct hits from the Scorpion takes out a Wraith, I think. Whoa, shit. One thing about Wraiths that they have a bit of an advantage over is that they're slightly unpredictable about where they're going to hit. God damn it. Right, fucking hell, that's finally done. Okay guys, well I said I would just do the beach bit, so that's the Halo... Fucking hell, I'm talking rubbish now. I'm going to say Halo 4, that's Halo 2 done. So So thank you very much for watching. Of course, this video for Combat Evolved / Anniversary. We did the Anniversary ones between the two a bit, the two different graphical styles a bit. This is the Halo 2 video, of course. We've also got a two-parter for Halo 3. And we've got one for Reach and ODST coming as well. So thanks very much for watching. Check the YouTube channel for all the other videos, or go on the website and there'll be an article with them all embedded there. Thanks very much, and see you later.